next part of this tutorial is dedicated to the find food portion of this application. There is about 9,000 food items stored in the database that comes with this application and stored on your phone after you download it and install the application. And it will work offline. In other words, you don't need any connection to the internet to use it. In difference to the barcode scanner that is relying on the database that is stored online on a web and is populated by users like you and can be used by users like you. In other words, it's a shared portion of the application that is shared among the users across the world, actually. So you can use the scanner in order to try to get the food that you are using. If you have a barcode and the product that you are consuming is something that is manufactured, and the manufacturer provided the nutrition label to you that you can actually go ahead and store in the barcode database, and then it will be used by all the users across the world. But the portion of the find food right now is not connected to the scanner. It's only connected to the food list that is saved on your phone by default and comes with the application, and you can expand it certainly, but it will be expanding not their food list in their food search portion, but by expanding, putting items in your favorites. That's what is individual. You can save it for individual use. But enough about that. Let's go and show how to use find food portion of the application. You can get to it simply by clicking find food button on Today tab of your main screen. If you do it, you will be brought to the screen where you have a ability to enter a search keywords that you are looking for in the description of the food that you are interested in. For example, if I have eaten baked potato, well, I simply put baked potato. If I want to put more details, I will put more details, but I will not do it right now. And like you see, you have your phone's dictionary support here as well. So after you entered it and you click simply find, the database will be searched for the items that have both these words, baked and potato, in its description. And like you see, there's a bunch of them. So you need to either go ahead and expand your search, in other words, put more words in it that will more clarify what you are looking for, or you could just go and scroll through the screen to find the food item that you are thinking is the right one that you are looking for. So potatoes baked flesh and skin with salt, that's what I was looking for. So if I click on it, it gets selected, it brings me to the screen. A following thing, like you see, it brings all their nutritions, and I can add it to favorites. For other words, that item will be in my favorites, so you will not need to search for it in a find food section anymore. Or I can go ahead and simply add it to what I've eaten today. But before I do that, I need to determine actually how much of it I have eaten. In other words, as you see here, the nutritional information here is shown right now for 100 grams, and it's default information that it will always show first if you come to the screen. But there will be other options here. First of all, you always can change the amount of grams that you are consumed, or you can go and switch if there is a different measuring scale. For example, here you have a scale in cups. For which you can have 1 cup. You can have the size of the potato, for it's 1 potato but different sizes. For example, I have eaten a large potato that approximately is between 3 and 4¼ inches in diameter. So that's what I will select, and it selects that, and it will adjust all the calories and nutritional values and points based on the selection that you make, and also based on what number of servings. That's the scale of serving, and this is the number of serving that you had. For example, if I put 2 here, it will go in and adjust your consumed, your calories and nutrition based on that. So I will change it back because I was eating only 1 potato, and for example, I had this potato for lunch, and I go ahead and add it to foods that I have eaten today simply by clicking today add. But if you have eaten that before and you don't want that to stay in the food log that you have for it, and you want to subtract your points and calories for today, for that particular item you want to take out, you can also click today minus, and it will take it out. But right now I want to just add it to it, so I click today plus, and I will be asked if I want to go and switch to the today view right away. If I say yes, that's what will happen, and if I say no, it will stay on the screen where I am right now. So by the way, it's saying that it's already added the values, and you will be just switched to the screen, and if you say no, it's still added the values, you will just stay on the same screen where you are. So I say yes, and it added those 6 points for me for midday as I selected. So, for example, right now I have 15 points, and that's based on the items that I have consumed during the morning and midday. For other words, I had 9 points for breakfast and 6 points, just 1 big potato, for lunch. But you can add more things to it if you want. For example, if I go back to find food and I have eaten something like a steak, with it, and the steak was beef, so let's see what I will get. So you again will need to go ahead and scroll to the items that you have here and find the one that is most close to what you are looking for. So for example, if I eaten chuck eye steak, boneless, and relatively lean with zero fat. In other words, the fat was trimmed off, so I select that, and that shows me that the value is for 100 grams, but I probably didn't eat 100 grams. I've eaten the full steak, which is a little bit bigger than 100 grams. So, and what I have eaten here, it was value of 25 points. What if I think that I have eaten not just one steak but two, then I will change the value here. But I didn't eat it, but the thing is, I want to show you what will happen if I do that and the values that I had in for what I have eaten today and my earned activity points less, in other words, the summary of my daily allowed and my activity points are less than the points used for the day. I want to show you what will happen today with that as well. So if I go ahead and click Add Today, it will do this again, and I will be asked if I want to go to the Today screen right away or not. Well, let's do that and show you that that's what happens if I say no. In other words, I'm staying on the same screen, nothing happened here, but the values are already added to the today values, and you can see it simply by returning to the today screen. So, and you see the summary of today's points used for morning and midday are summary of 64 points, and I had 4 points variable from my activity, and they are all used. So, for other words, I had 50 points allowed plus 4 points activity, which makes 54 points, but I used more than that. I used 64, so it will take 10 points out of my allowed weekly points. In other words, my weekly allowance will be deducted by 10 points as well. And here is what I guess to know about the fine food portion of the application.